What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Simply Indie, a show where I, Roger Picorni, also known as @RogFormer on the internet, reviews an indie game for all of your faces. This week's game is Binaries. So, what is Binaries? If you're a fan of my channel, you do know about an interview I did with Tony Gowland, who's the creator of this game, so you might know a little bit of it. But for the people that haven't watched that interview, Binaries is a puzzle platformer where you play as two dots and sometimes more. We'll get to that in a bit. These two dots you play as simultaneously, and you have to get them to their respective colored entrances. Seems simple enough, right? I mean, the entire game seems super simple. You control two dots, literally two dots. The backgrounds are very simple. Everything about this game is very simple, but it works. The contemporary art style is amazing. It's super modern. It's slick. The sound design for this game is very, very simple, and it's amazing. And I really fell in love with just the way the game looks and feels, because it feels just very modern. And I like that a lot. And the reason why I say this game is hard is not because the game is just frustrating for no reason. The level design is fantastic. There's 101 levels to this game, and some levels are hit or miss, but most of the levels are fantastic. They're amazing. The game does an amazing job of creating levels that are both hard and difficult, but also very fair for the player. It's something that isn't out there and crazy. You have to do spectacular stunts. You just gotta figure out the level and really focus on one or two aspects, and you have to kind of look out for a lot of different things. One moment you're going like, okay, I think I figured out how to do it, but there's a hazard there, or there's a spike getting shot, or there's a different color orb, whatever. There's a ton of different things that you're gonna have to look out for, as well as trying to get to the end of the level, and that could be really frustrating, but it isn't. And it's really amazing in that respect. Going back to the art style, part of the art style is the humor. It does have this very meta humor to it, where just text pops up and it talks about maybe submit your jokes to this email address, or it talks about how the game is a AAA as a joke, or how many developers they're gonna fire because this level's so hard. It's funny, it's charming, and it adds to that amazing aesthetic of just kind of being sleek and modern and fun. It doesn't need voiceover, it doesn't need anything of that. I like that this game has this kind of fun, modern art style, and has a lot of great references that really kind of kick it up towards the ending of the game, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. The game really does become super funny towards the ending. Part of the reason why the game isn't really frustrating to the maximum is because of its non-linear map. If you are really bad at a level, and trust me, I am very bad at this game, you can just pop out and go to another level, because every time you win a level and you get past it, it kind of opens up a few other levels that are adjacent to it. So you have options always. You always have options. If you're bad at a level, you go and you find another one that you're good at. And I played this game for over 20 hours, and that was my favorite part of the game, because it really allowed me to find and hone my abilities in places that I felt were easier, and then I was able to kind of go against the harder level with that prior knowledge. Yeah, 20 plus hours. This game has a lot of content. It is filled to the brim with content. 101 levels. That's a lot for this game. It has a lot there, and you're always going to be hopping around trying to beat your high scores, trying to beat your times. There have been times when I finish a level and I'm like, crap, I could have done that faster. And you restart it. And this game, for the money, is really worth it because of just the amount of content right there. There is a few negatives, however. I feel like the controls in the game are kind of flimsy in terms of its jumping. The game's jumping mechanic doesn't seem to be very sensitive, and it just jumps super high or jumps really low. There isn't very much of an in-between. There's been countless times where I was trying to jump over an obstacle, and I mean to jump a little high, and I end up jumping super high, and I hit my head on a spike, and then I have to restart the entire level. When you die in this game, you die, and then it just has this really degrading sound. The sound becomes really annoying, especially when the adaptive music, which is supposed to, ramp up when you're doing really well in the game, and supposed to go down when you're doing kind of poorly in the game, which worked very well after I played it for a long while, but the sound effect of dying never changes. So let's say you're playing this game and you're really bad at it, and you're playing this level and you're dying, and then the music is just kind of non-existent. It's ambient music, and then you keep on dying, and you hear this grating, loud sound. That noise becomes so grating and just annoying when you're trying to get past this level and you're frustrated enough, and then you don't want to hear this loud, just death animation sound. And sometimes the game really does focus on having a lot of things going on. There are times when there's multiple characters at a time, not just two, 4. There comes a point where it's not clever anymore, and it's just so much that you can't even comprehend what's happening. Sometimes there's so much going on at you, you can't focus, and the game just becomes super repetitive and annoying because you can't get past this one part because there's so many things going on, you can't understand it. I think this game is at its best when it's only 2 people that you're controlling simultaneously, because you're able to have that really good mixture of hard and challenging platforming as well as interesting level design without just throwing a ton of different things for no real reason. But other than those negatives, I really did like the game. I had a good time with it. I played it for 20 plus hours. I didn't have to do that. That was just me playing it for fun. The game is a good time. It's a good platformer. It's a fun time. It's very simplistic. And if you want a game to really mellow out and just kind of chill out or just get super frustrated at, depending on how you play it or what your personality is, pick up Binaries. I think it's a really good time. I had a fun time with it and I recommend it. So what do you guys think of Binaries? Do you like it? Are you interested in it? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. RajFormer.com, all that jazz. Bye bye.